all commentary section adapted from the Paris Evangelist Study Bible. With upright heart, he shepherded them and guided them with this skillful hand. And that is David. David was taken from the shepherd role, like Moses, that is in the book of Exodus, chapter number 3, verse 1. He learned how to shepherd with literally sheep. The king is ideal shepherd of his people from the second Samuel chapter number 5, caring for them, protecting them, and leading them into faithful to the covenant. So David at the best did his work with upright heart and skillful hand, though he had his own moral failure. So many kings in his line were much less upright and skillful. The term shepherd came to be used of leaders in Israel, that is in bracket prized, noble, and judges. And the prophet Ezekiel out about the greedy shepherd in his days, that is from the book of Ezekiel, chapter number 34. So he looked forward to their total exile when God will raise them. So, like from the book of Proverbs, chapter number 11, verse 14, also gathered about that. When there is no guidance, people fall, but in abundance of counselor, there is safety. That is from the book of Proverbs, chapter number 11, verse 14. So, the role of counselor is to aid a person in making wise decision. That is according to the book of Proverbs, chapter number 15, verse 12, and again 24, verse 6. So, while this is particularly important for those who run or lead people. So, according to Proverbs chapter, uh, that is just a minute from the book of Proverbs chapter number, mhm, yeah, the book of Proverbs chapter number 15, verse 22, and yeah, the book of Proverbs chapter number 15, verse 22, and again 24, verse 6. While this is particularly important for those who lead people, Proverbs also stress it broad application to people decision making in all sorts of situations. Again, in the book of Proverbs chapter number 11, verse 5, uh, the contrasting description of how the weak fall by his own weakness. So we understand again in the book of Matthew, chapter number 20, verse 26, 28, it shall not be so among you, but whoever would be great among you must be your servant, and whoever would be first among you must be you a slave, even as the Son of Man come at to be served, but not to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. So, what are we? So, a servant was hired work who maintained the master household, and again, a slave was someone forced into service. These were two of the lowest position in the Jewish society. Yet Jesus reverses their status in the community of discipline, in indication, and the prominence and the greatness. So Jesus himself is a primary example of a servant who Jesus will give his life a ransom and the prominence and the greatness. So Jesus himself is a primary example of a servant who Jesus will give his life a ransom. That is according to First Peter chapter number 2, verse 24. Or what do we need to understand that when somebody is a leader, uh, he need to understand his people nicely. What is expected for you to do? Jesus also was a leader. He acted as a servant of people. Uh, Again, from the book of Luke, chapter chapter number 12, everyone to whom much was given, of him much will be required, and from him to whom they entrusted much, they will demand the more. So the faithful and wise servant will always give what belongs to them. So somebody need to understand what do Jesus require from them, like a Christ follower. What is so required from you as a Christ follower? One, uh, the Lord God said that you should, um, uh, I mean, or we should love our neighbors as we will need the love from our friends. So, what is required for us as Christ follower is to follow Christ, is to follow uh, Christ footsteps. Nobody, nobody can lead people without a good example, without showing all the best that is required from him. So we will try as much as we can in order again to invite other people, some less in order to understand and to talk about this one later on. Otherwise, uh, due to we will still talk about the Usable Kata YouTube channel, I will try all the day sometimes to bring some people, talk to people in different ways. Otherwise,